So there are some flowers that are worthy of books. So don't blame me if I keep painting them again and again. So yes, you guessed it right. I'm going to paint roses again, and this time at a different angle with a different palette. So for this, I'm using Arches hot press paper, my top favorite choice of watercolor paper, and colors from Holbein and Daniel Smith. If you're painting along, see complete list of supplies in the description. And if you're here to just watch, which I think is half the learning, then come fall in love with roses again. So for this rose painting, let's take a look at the colors we used. So different scale and a dramatically different palette compared to what I've used in past. Some colors are common, but approach to this rose painting was different. And you know, this is one subject that I keep doing again and again and don't really know the reason why, and I don't feel like getting into why. It's just this is what I feel like painting. So let's take a look at the colors we used, and first going after the reds. The darker red was the quinacridone magenta, and a very deep violetish, you know, red. And surprisingly, I did not use that in the flowers. I used that along with sepia in some of the leaves. And that's why I say this is a little bit unlike a different approach to the rose that I have done. And I was itching to do this for some time. And then coming at the other red, which was used in the flowers, which was the bright rose. Bright rose. And you know, opera rose, which is a quinacridone color, which is a little bit less fugitive, is a very close color to bright rose, and bright rose is a bit fugitive, as you may know. But I don't get that delicate feeling when I use the opera rose, and I get this feeling when I use the bright rose. It is really subtle, really absolutely romantic. You know, it has that feeling. So I knew that I had to use bright rose in this and not any other color, even if it is not so permanent, and that's fine with me. So you can see the difference between this is a deeper red, and this along with umber, not sepia, and a couple of greens formed the leaves, and this was on the flowers. Then at the bottom of the flower, I use a tad bit of permanent yellow deep, and this color mixes really well with the bright rose. And if you see the mixing here, you will know the reason why I use these two. It gives a very nice coral and gives that warmth to the rose that you sometimes see at the base of the rose, and it was mixed a little bit in the leaves as well. So now coming to the leaves, and like I said before, I used the quinacridone magenta in the leaves along with the umber and the raw umber with some of the greens, and I used two dramatically different greens. And dramatically different is like, you know, they are both not, well, none of them is a deep green here, as you can see, but they are both on the lighter side, but one is a cooler and one is a more warmer green. And one of them is a usual suspect. It is the leaf green, and you've been following my channel, you know this is sort of green that I must have appeared in most of my paintings. I love this green. And then I matched it up with permanent green number 1. And this is a dramatically different shade of green, but you know very well that this makes its appearance in a lot of leaves and looks very natural if done right. You know, I think I rarely use this green on its own, but when mixed with leaf green and mixed with some of the umbers, mixed with some of the leaf green, sorry, mixed with a little bit of a yellow, it gives a very beautiful and natural effect. And now going up to the browns. Umber was not a whole lot, but some of it, but you can see, and you probably, your naked eyes can tell where in the painting it shows this dominance. It's mostly in these leaves that are a little bit more on the browner side. And then all the darks, whether it be leaves or the base of the flowers or the nodes, is I'm using this very beautiful color, the umber, and I can't recommend it more. If you see, it's so beautiful. This is a very unique brown, and if you take a look at it closely, the umber is a little bit more reddish, and this is more on the green and the gray, greenish gray brown, and that's why it looks very natural on all these dark spots where we are seeking some shadows. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this session, and I hope you will give this a shot.